Hi, today I'll be showing you how to make a paint app in Unity for the use in Altspace VR. So the first step is to download this Unity package listed in the description. Once you've finished importing the downloaded package, navigate to this folder and open this text file. And inside this file, you find the instructions as well as the license information. And the first step is to go to the layers editor and add these 3 layers. The next step would be to go to the prefabs and drag the necessary asset into the scene and rearrange them so it doesn't block each other. And then drag the canvas and the frame into the scene as well as the crayon. And rotate it to make it, perpendicular to the canvas, and drag it outside so that the tip intersects with the canvas. Alright, and now if you move the crayon, you can draw on the canvas. And if you want to change the color, simply, drag the color picker. You can see the color changes where the picker is looking at. And if you want to change the lightness of the color, right, move the lightness picker to the right or the left of the spectrum. And you can see the color changes accordingly, and it doesn't affect the old strokes. And if you want to clear the canvas, simply disable the object and re-enable it. You can see the canvas is cleared, and that's it. That's basically how to create a paint app in Altspace. And if you just want to know how to use it, you can skip the rest of the video. Alright, next I'm going to explain in depth how this asset works. So first, let me click into this object. You can see the canvas is just a plane with this shader applied. So let's click into the shader and see how it works. Here you can see the shader is basically a blend of the 2 render textures. The first one is called a buffer. Right, the second one is called paint. And how it blends these 2 is by first determine, if this pixel in the paint render texture is transparent. If it's not, then it means, this area we need to overwrite the buffer. So, it replaces the value in the buffer and it outputs to the final result, right? And if it's indeed transparent, then it uses old value in the buffer. It's basically how the shader works. It's quite simple. And as for where the buffer is, here's where the magic happens, right? It's in the frame object, and it's in the canvas object. So here you can see we have a camera that looks at its own render result. So it's kind of like a self-feedback. That's how you emulate a multipath shader without native scripting. Is to with the help of a camera and render texture. And here is where the paint render texture comes from. It looks at the same region, but it only looks at the tip of the crayon. It doesn't care about the buffer. It doesn't care about the content on the buffer. So in theory, you can, instead of just replacing the buffer, you can find other blending options if you feeling creative. And as for the palettes, they really are just a shader that converts the UV value into basically treats the UV as the hue and saturation for the color, and it uses the lightness palette, the value of the lightness picker as the lightness component of the HSL color, and convert it to the RGB. That's how you programmatically create a palette without the help of a picture. Yeah, then that's basically how it works. And as for the crayon, if you want to change color, right, it's really just a blending of the 2. So you simply, blend the result of the color picker and the base color, here, metallic cap, and you'll get a crayon that has the same color as the tip. Yeah, and that's how this asset works.